Bear with us just a little bit. This is a little out of the ordinary, but consideration of agenda items.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
due to the resignation of our Commissioner Joe Nagel today, being Chair of the County Board, I would like to add nomination of County Board Chair and County Board Vice Chair to the beginning of the meeting agenda after approval of the consent agenda before number 4, building maintenance.
Thank you. It was heard. Someone might make a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Just to clarify, Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
we're approving agenda with the additions that were just mentioned by our administrator.
We'll start out with the chair and vice chair, yes. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. I think we'll go right into that.
I thought it would be after consent.
Do the consent.
Okay. Any motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Wright to approve. Is there a
Second.
second? Second by Commissioner Smalls. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Agendas are approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, due to the resignation of Commissioner Joe Nagel being Chair of the County Board, I am asking for a nomination of the Chair of the County Board.
I nominate Commissioner Doug Kruger.
Any other? Okay. Ask for a vote for approval of Chair being Commissioner Doug Kruger.
All in favor?
All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same? Okay.
Okay, vice chair. Is there any nominations for the vice chair?
I'll nominate Commissioner Nathan Schmalz.
Nathan Schmaltz has been nominated. Is there any other nominations? Is there any other nominations? Is there any other nominations? Hearing none, someone cast a unanimous ballot for Nathan Schmaltz as
So
vice chair.
moved.
Motion's been made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion's been made and second. All in favor say, any discussion? Hearing none, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So our new chair is Doug Kruger and the vice chair is Nathan Schmaltz.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, we did not have a second for the chair. We have to redo the vote, please. I'm sorry.
okay.
I'm glad you caught it.
No
I
big
didn't.
deal.
I didn't.
Nope, we'll
Okay.
do it again. Like you said, it's all new.
Thank you. So we'll just go back and, again, do the resignation of our Commissioner Nagel, Chair of the County Board, asked for nominations of a chairperson for our county board. Are there any nominations?
We got a nomination for Commissioner Doug Kruger.
Any other nominations? All in favor, say aye.
I'll
You
make
still
a
got a
motion to
second?
cast
Sorry.
unanimous ballot.
There
I'll
you
make a
go.
motion to cast unanimous ballot.
I'll second that.
Okay, now we can
I
vote.
apologize.
It's all good.
okay.
We're
That's
gonna
why I
get there.
asked
We're
if I
gonna
should
get
have a
there.
script. So
It's okay.
I do that once a year, and I'm not that great at it.
It's all good, and I just was awkward to try and bring that to your attention.
Call the vote quick.
Thank you very much.
All called vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Now we're
you.
official.
Now we're
Building maintenance.
good. Building maintenance, Joe.
Good evening. One item for your consideration. Item A, consider approving an estimate from Ziegler Cat out of Minneapolis, Minnesota to replace a water pump on the government center generator at a cost of $5,967.19 with funds from the government center buildings budget. The generator is no longer covered by warranty. It had a 2-year warranty. The water pump has developed a leak and it's alarmed out for low coolant. Subsequently, we ended up adding 2.5 gallons of coolant to it.
I read it when we did the agenda, and I mean, they leak faster sitting than they do running. I mean, they are run at periodical times, are they not?
Correct. We run it, we cycle it monthly.
Okay.
So,
And it never happens under warranty, so I don't guess it's something that has to be fixed. Wishes of the board?
Move to approve.
Motion's been made to approve the water pump replacement on our generator. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Chaska. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Joe. Health and Human Services, Barrett. Hi, Barrett.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have 4 items for you today. Number 1 is to consider approving the administrative contract renewal with Woodland Centers Act Assertive Community Treatment Team for the period of January 1st through January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2028, so a 2-year contract. At a total cost of $60,000 with funds from the Individual and Family Social Services Budget 11-430. ACT is a service model provided by community-based mobile mental health treatment teams. The ACT team's approach is designed to provide comprehensive psychiatric treatment, rehabilitation, and support to persons with serious and persistent mental illness. Persons served by ACT often have coexisting problems such as homelessness, substance abuse, frequent hospitalization, and/or involvement with the judicial system. Services will be reimbursed at a rate of $20,000 per year, billed quarterly for the next 3 years. My apologies, this is a 3-year contract for 2026, 2027, and 2028. This rate is the same rate as our current contract with Woodland Centers.
Are these next 2 paragraphs, is that add on, is that the explanation for that part of it, or is that a different item? The reason I'm asking is that reimbursement rate of $20,000 per year billed quarterly, that's reimbursement to them, not, we don't get anything, there's nothing back to us.
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, we will reimburse them $20,000 per year, which will be billed quarterly or 4 times a year.
Wishes of the board? I'll move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Smalls. Any discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I think I'm supportive of the request. They're keeping the rate current from what we've been paying in the past, so I'll be supportive of the motion.
Any other discussion? I would just add, yeah, we've gone through these. I appreciate that there was no increase myself, so it's one of them necessary evils, like I say over and over, but that's how we do it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item 2, consider approving the purchase of service agreement with Brown County Evaluation Center to provide detoxification and evaluation services to referred clients for the period of January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026, with funds from the Individual and Family Social Services Budget 11-430. Services provided by the Brown County Evaluation Center will be billed at a rate of $500 per patient per 24-hour period beginning at time of admission. McLeod County will receive a discount of $25 per recipient for all amounts paid within 30 days of receipt of the bill. Transportation costs will be billed at 70 cents per mile if the client is unable to provide their own transportation. This is a 5.5% increase from our current 2025 contracted rate.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
question before we move into a motion phase. Barrett, are we satisfied with the cooperation that McLeod County receives from Brown County?
Thank you, Commissioner Schmalz. Yes, we are. We've been in a contract with Brown County for a number of years. They have been very fair and steady for us. Some providers that we have previously contracted have gotten out of the business or no longer provide that service. So Brown County has been very stable for us, and we are very happy with their services. I should note that we do try to bill back for clients who are going to detoxification or rehab services if they are not on medical assistance or a prepaid health insurance plan. So we do occasionally recoup some of those dollars that we pay to Brown County.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thanks, Barrett, for that explanation. With that, I will move request.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Smalls to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Chatska. Any discussion? The only thing I'd add is, I'm glad you added that in there. That's hard to get any stuff paid back, but
Yeah.
I know there is an effort to get that paid back.
Yeah, just for example, to note, year to date, as of today, we've paid Brown County Evaluation Center about $66,000. Of that $66,000, we have billed our clients about $27,000, and year to date have recaptured $19,000. So
In today's world, I guess that's not too bad.
we're trying our best. Yep.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Item 3, consider approving the renewal of the shared services agreement with the Southwest Minnesota Adult Mental Health Consortium, or the Southwest 18, for 2 full-time equivalent regional housing specialist positions for the period of January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026, with funds from the Individual and Family Social Services Budget 11-430. The Southwest 18 will reimburse McLeod County for all salary and benefit costs incurred. So this is a contract renewal. We've had these housing specialists that McLeod County employs because with the Southwest 18, our director is on her own private contract with the consortium, and we recoup all salary and benefit costs. As a reminder, we are also the fiscal host for the Southwest 18, so we do generate revenue that way as well.
Mr. Chair?
Go ahead, Commissioner Smalls.
And Barrett, if you can give us a little bit more of the workings of this, like are we adding staff, or are we just contracting staff?
We are just contracting staff. So we already have the 2 staff in place that sit on Leah Lundgren's team. She supervises them, but also works directly with the executive director of the Southwest 18, Kimberly Holm, to advise and support. We're basically doing the admin, the HR, the benefits, that type of thing.
Very good. Thank you, Barrett. With that, I'll move request.
Motion made by Commissioner Smalls to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Wright. Discussion? The only question I have, this hasn't changed from last year. We had quite a discussion last year, I believe. We assumed the
Fiscal host?
fiscal host.
Yes.
And that was the longest discussion. That's that's basically, we're just renewing from what we have done.
We're basically just renewing those 2 housing specialist positions. We used to get a little bit more revenue or charge a percent on top of their salary and benefits, but now that we're getting 3.5% of the consortium's total grant, we worked with Colleen and felt that if we were to do that, that would be double dipping somehow. So we'll be bringing in, let me see, I had that number. By being the fiscal host this year and next year, we will make about $150,000 by being
We had
that.
an extended conversation on this
Yeah,
last year.
and
but
that's going really
My
well.
question, nothing's changed. other
Nothing's
than
changing there, no.
So
no.
I'm fine with it.
They're established workers, they've been with us for a long time, no concerns.
Hearing no other discussion, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
My final request tonight is to consider approving the contract renewal for services with Richard Decker for adult and children's mental health clinical supervision. My apologies for that spelling error there. for the period of January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026, at a rate of $128 per hour, not to exceed 90 hours, or the equivalent of $16,380, with funds from the Individual and Family Social Services Budget 11-430. Minnesota State statute requires clinical supervision and signed care plans for adult and child mental health case managers to provide services and bill medical assistance and managed care plans for the services provided. This is a 3% increase to the hourly rate from our current 2025 contract. If you'll recall, we used Richard for our adult case management, and we had a different provider for our children's case management. That contract did not work out for us, so we gave a 30-day notice, and we're going to be using Richard exclusively for both adult and children in the coming year.
And I guess my question then, nothing there has also changed other than we're having just the one contract rather than two, is that correct?
Correct. His rate is increasing by 3%.
3%.
Yep.
Wishes of the board?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Wright and seconded by Commissioner Schmalz to approve the renewal of the contract. Any more discussion?
Mr. Chair?
Go ahead.
Yeah, happy that we have basically a local contractor available to fulfill the need that is before us today, so appreciate that.
Thank you. Hearing no other discussion, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mark, Environmental Services.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
One item for your consideration tonight, and that is to consider approving preliminary plat 25-02. That is a preliminary / final plat. 25-02 is requested by Todd Sunheimer, 11227 North Sunset Drive, Hutchinson, Minnesota. This request simply is combining Outlot B and Lot 6, Block 2 of Bench Shores into one lot. Both lots are adjacent. Both lots are owned by Mr. Sunheimer. This area is located in the southeast quarter of the southwest quarter, Section 12 in Collins Township. Collins Township did hear this request and made a request to approve on October 9th, 2025. The McLeod County Planning Commission heard this request on November 19th, 2025, and unanimously recommended approval for this. As part of this application, one thing that's not on the agenda for the verbatim is in regards to there's an easement that is appointed with any plat along the common line between two adjoining lots. So the outlot and Todd's buildable lot, Lot 6, Block 2, there is a drainage and utility easement that is vacated as part of this plat, and it is noted on that plat. So just so you are aware of that. To our knowledge, there is no improvements in that easement area, so it's a simple vacation of that, and the perimeter would still be intact. The easement on the perimeter of the entire Lot 1, Block 1 of the new plat, that easement area would be intact.
So that means that the dividing easement goes away, but the easement is still around.
That is 100% correct. Yep.
I just got to be simple.
Yep, no, I'm
Thank you. I mean, and I appreciate, I see he's here, and I'm a stickler about getting these in front of the board, so it's already went through the townships and our planning and zoning, so I appreciate that. Wishes of the board?
Mr. Chair, as noted, it just cleans up the lot layout, so I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Commissioner Wright to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Chatska. Any other discussion?
Mr. Chair?
Go ahead.
Appreciate the work that the Planning and Zoning Committee has done to bring this before us today. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. Have a good evening.
All right, good evening. Item A, consider adopting Resolution 25 CB24, resolution of support to sponsor the Township of Hutchinson in pursuit of 2025 local road improvement program funding for the Highway 7 frontage road project. The local road improvement program was established to assist local agencies, including counties, cities, and townships, with construction costs for local projects. In 2025, the legislature appropriated $47 million in general obligation bonds, of which $5 million is designated for grants to townships for construction anticipated in 2026 through 2028. The LRIP establishes 3 project categories for eligibility: trunk highway corridors for local road improvements on state highway projects, rural road safety for county highways, and routes of regional significance for county, city, and township road projects. Non-state aid cities and townships must have a county sponsor to apply for LRIP funding, and the county would have to act as the fiscal agent if the project is awarded funds. Townships and non-state aid cities will be responsible for all costs above the awarded LRIP funding, included but not limited to construction, engineering, and right-of-way costs. If awarded funds, the townships and non-state aid cities will also need to maintain the roadways for the life of their improvements.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
I had attended a meeting last year with the Hutchinson Township, the businesses that are affected here, and Andrew. And this roadway is a bit of an orphan as it stands, but is very important to the businesses that are using it. That's for sure. So I'm glad to see that that we can at least consider offering some assistance there, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of options for those individuals. So I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Wright to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Smalls. Discussion. Again, what does this actually mean? I mean, this puts it, are we going forward with it? I mean,
So the township is going forward with a grant application. In that grant application, they need county board resolution of support for the project.
oh, this is the kickoff. Okay,
Yep,
because
yep.
it's not under my watchful eye or anything, but it's been brought up to me several times, and I'm glad to see it at least with seems like a fair resolution to move forward with.
Yep, and item C, B and C are also resolutions of support for the city of Winsted and Collins Township for projects for this grant program.
Okay. As far as we have is there any more discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. B.
Item B, consider adopting Resolution 25CB25, a resolution of support to sponsor the city of Winsted in pursuit of 2025 local road improvement program funding for the Zion Avenue Improvement Project.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead,
I'll move
Commissioner
Resolution 25CB25 as presented.
Smalls. Motion made by Commissioner Smalls to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Cheska. Discussion? The only thing I have to say is, I mean, we've talked about this for a while, and I'm glad it's moving forward too with the help of that fund. So, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. C.
Consider adopting Resolution 25CB26, resolution of support to sponsor the Township of Collins in pursuit of 2025 local improvement program funding for the 85th Street project.
Move to approve.
Motion made by Commissioner Wright to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Cheska. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. D.
Consider approving the purchase of two 2027 Mack tandem chassis from Nuss Truck and Equipment of Roseville, Minnesota at a state contract price of $345,163.52 plus tax, with funds from the highway equipment maintenance budget. Individual prices for each truck chassis is $172,581.76 plus tax. These trucks are in the 2026 and 2027 replacement plans. One truck is expected to be delivered at the end of 2026 and the other one early to mid-2027. Approving both trucks now allows us to keep a spot on the build list schedule and locks in the model year 2027 pricing with Mack and Towmaster. Mack has changed its ordering process since COVID. Now they only take orders when a build date's available. you have to get on a wait list. And once a build date becomes available, then you have the option to sign a contract and lock in that spot. We've been on this list since 2023 and have now been notified that our build dates are available. These trucks would replace two 2006 Sterling trucks with about 140,000 miles each. Certain Sterling parts are obsolete, and the spreader controls on these trucks do not have replacement parts. So when they break, we have to upgrade them to completely new systems, which is costly and time consuming. They will be over 20 years old when we rotate them out, and they do have a lot of fatigue and corrosion on them because they live a very tough life in the salt as we're plowing snow. Another a point here is that the Sterlings average about 2.5 to 3 miles a gallon, or the max average about 2.5 to 3 miles a gallon better than the Sterlings do.
Wishes of the board?
Question, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
Andrew, are these the super truck versions, or is these straight plow trucks?
These are straight tandem plow trucks.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
This follows our typical rotation of trucks, and I think we all know the problems with the Sterlings within the fleet. So I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Wright to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Smalls. Discussion? I also concur. You've been in touch with the board on different things. We had a workshop a couple of years ago, and I think I had a longer statement back when. We're trying to eliminate the Sterlings for good reasons that you already stated, plus the mileage. We had some numbers on that here a couple of years ago, and it is quite a savings. Otherwise, I might try to get more extended life out of them. And then as far as the super trucks are concerned, we had that discussion as well. That's on your radar as far as, utilizing that part, the tractor part of a truck. So I'm happy with that. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Item E, consider approving the purchase of 2 equipment packages from Towmaster Truck Equipment of Litchfield, Minnesota at a state contract price of $407,676 plus tax with funds from the highway equipment budget. The individual price for each equipment package is $203,838 plus tax, and that brings the total price for each fully equipped snowplow chassis with equipment package up to $376,419.76.
Move to approve.
Motion made by Commissioner Wright to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Smalls. Open for discussion. We can't control all of the prices, which they're hard to swallow, but they're necessary. It's one thing I get a lot of good reports on is our roads are passable when we have storms, so hopefully we won't have any of those. But with that, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Andrew, do we get to name it?
No.
No naming of the snowfall.
You might be able to talk me into it.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You ready for me? Got a few items today. Okay. All right. So item A is considering approving the memorandum of agreement for the employer-sponsored health insurance contribution and health savings account contribution with the Law Enforcement Labor Services, or LELS, non-licensed sergeants, local number 329, for the period of January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026.
Mr. Chair.
Board,
Mr. Chair.
go ahead.
Commissioner Nagel and myself serve on our union negotiations committee, and I can recommend that we approve the request, and so I'll move the request.
Motion has been made by Commissioner Smalls to approve the memorandum of agreement. Is there a second? I'll second it. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item B is to consider approving a request reviewed by the Personnel Committee to adopt the Minnesota Paid Leave, or MNPL, policy additions to the McLeod County Personnel Policy. These policy additions keep McLeod County in compliance with the upcoming MNPL program that impacts Minnesota employers and takes effect on January 1st, 2026. Just as a reminder for the board and the public, this is obviously something many folks are aware of and are talking about. We have discussed the Minnesota Paid Leave that's taking effect on January 1st, 2026 in 3 workshops on March 18th, October 21st, and November 18th. This, again, is a state-run program. It's a partial wage replacement, and all of that will go through the state. There's been additional information in the packet along with the policy changes that were reviewed at the previous workshop.
Wishes of the board? We have to do it. I mean, that's just not the point. I think we're as transparent as we can be. My personal feeling is that it'll pull out under its own weight, but I mean, it's like, we gotta try it and see how it works before we see if it's any good. But with that, I guess it's just something we have to do. I mean, we can't get out of it, so I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made by myself and seconded by Commissioner Wright. Any more discussion?
I just have one question. Are you splitting that, the 0.44%?
That's the intention of the county. We have the 0.88% premium will be split between the employee and the employer.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of other moving parts that don't include right now whether we're accepting the policy, but I mean, there's some other moving parts in there that, I mean, that we are not clear on, that we talked about in the workshop, as far as if somebody's utilizing this, they're gonna have to pay their own premiums, that type of thing will all be spelled out
That's all in the policy.
actually when we get them. I mean, I don't even see how that all works, but
Yep, that is all included in the policy, that folks will be paying that, as well as the premium for their health insurance. Those kinds of things are included and spelled
yeah,
out.
I'm not saying my position just as an employer. I don't think it's gonna be, once it's all tried out, I'm not sure that the consumer is gonna like this any better than the employers, but we'll see.
One commitment I can say to the board is that I'll be tracking this very closely within the HR and payroll team. We just had a meeting today just around, what this looks like. We'll make sure that we're doing updates of the workshop and kind of what we're seeing and how it's impacting us.
Well, it's not just us, it's all our small businesses. I mean, as far as McLeod County is concerned, we're not approving it for McLeod County, we're doing it for our people, but I mean, it's got its challenges all the way across the board, so. Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item C is consider approving a request reviewed by the Budget Committee and Personnel Committee to add 1 social worker within the developmental disabilities unit position in 2026. This position is included in the 2026 budget. Increased referrals and eligibility for waiver services have created caseloads above recommended levels for existing case managers. This position will help meet statutory service obligations and is 100% reimbursable. Again, this has been reviewed by the Budget Committee in the 2026 budgeting process. It was also reviewed by the Personnel Committee ongoing, and most recently, again, reviewed in November of 2025. And this is, again, 100% reimbursable.
I was gonna say, Mr. Chair, but I guess I am the chair, and I wasn't looking forward to this. I wasn't looking forward to this, because I can't get behind this. I'm both on I'm on budgets and I'm on personnel, and the state of Minnesota's affairs are so upside down, and I don't trust one bit of anything is getting reimbursed, and I have a number of questions that I don't even know if they're answerable, but I have the figures here from the state demographer. McLeod County's population is not rose. I don't know, where are these customers coming from? Or I shouldn't say customers, clients. But I'm just not gonna go around in circles. I've done it a number of times. I think everyone knows my opinion on it. I don't trust the state of Minnesota. I think they better get their finances in order. I don't know where all their money is going, and that's what reimburses these policies, and it's not, obviously, it's not our people's problem. I wish I could take the money and go to SSIS or whatever the right acronym is for there. That would help our Health and Human Service Department more than anything. But I guess that's pretty much my feelings. I don't know if the rest of the board got any questions or comments.
Mr. Chair, I guess if I could, just a little bit, I know this is included in the board packet. There is a little information there specifically about what these positions do. So the social worker who is works with, again, folks with developmental disabilities. They provide case management for home and community-based services waivers. One thing I can say is that this unit has been carrying extremely high caseloads for many, many years and has been trying their best to stay at the number of staff members they have, and have gotten to a point where they're not manageable and they're not being able to meet that increased referral and eligibility. I can also just state that we've had some turnover because of the high caseload numbers, and so it speaks to a bigger issue around needing to be able to manage those numbers.
Again, I can add that when we first received this request, it's been a long while. I mean, a lot of things have changed, especially, again, I hate to keep referring to the state, but our state is, right now, is in Health and Human Services, very, I mean, it's virtually billions of dollars missing. And I just can't, I can't add to that problem. So, I mean, that's my wishes to the board. They can speak up. You're not going to hurt my feelings any more than the state does.
So, Mr. Chair, so I don't have a lot of background information on this, but you bring up some really good points. I'm wondering if, just to maybe refresh all of our perhaps knowledge of the org chart of everything that's affected here, maybe if we would see that at our next workshop. And then the first meeting of 2026, we could actually make a motion on this then, because of, the conversation and concerns. And so with that kind of a plan, I guess I'll make a motion to table until the first meeting of next year.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Wright to table until our first meeting in January, and I'm just, that's a pretty full meeting. Do we have to appoint that day, or do we have time, and even if we don't, do we have time to work it in? I don't have a problem with it. Just want to make sure we don't have to change it.
I would think after we would have an opportunity to visit about it at our next workshop
Okay.
on the 18th, we should be able to make a cleaner decision on this the first part of next year.
Okay, again, the motion's been made to table till the first meeting in January. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Commissioner Smalls. Any discussion? The only discussion I have is that some of the questions that I would like to see, we're not a sanctuary county. I'd just like to make sure that our clients are vetted properly, and if that is a problem, getting them vetted properly, I'd like to have that stated at the meeting, that it would help, because by some of the number of things that are going on in the state, there's a number of people that are making themselves eligible and are not eligible. So I mean, those are the kind of questions that I would like to review at that workshop. So with that, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of tabling it till the first meeting in January, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
My assumption is item D, if we can go through it. Would you like me to go through that, or?
Honestly, I think that we should hold this item exactly the same. So I'll make a motion to table item D, similar to C.
And I'll second it.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Wright to table D. I don't see a number here. But anyhow, item D for the first, pardon me? 8D will be tabled until the first meeting in January. Any more discussion? Hearing none, All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Attorney's office. Steve?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Commissioners. This is a request from the County Attorney's Office to consider approving the renewal of the M and Triple C County Attorney's MCAPS case management system. This is our existing system. This is a budgeted item out of the IT information technology budget. This is our existing system. The plan is to is so that we have an existing case management system until the transition to the new vendor is complete. This was planned, it was budgeted. I would ask the board to consider approving this request and also allowing the county attorney to sign and submit any documents necessary to facilitate the renewal of this license.
Again, I think I basically understand it, but can you, just in layman's terms, what does this do?
Okay. Our existing system is the system that we use to charge criminal complaints, handle juveniles, handle child protection. It generates the documents, it submits them to the court. It's where we put our files. So, like if the commissioner needs assistance on a civil project, it goes in there. It generates all our documents that we submit to the court for criminal court. That's our existing system. We just want to continue to be able to use that until the transition to the new vendor, which the board approved out of different funds. We just want to be able to continue to use and have an existing case management system that lets us do our job.
Is there a timeline in there?
Yeah, that's built in. This is set up to be a 1-year agreement with the transition to the new software system. We're already working with the new vendor, and there's go live dates and project management going on almost on a daily basis.
Thank you, Steve. Wishes of the board?
Just one question, Mr. Chair. I'm
Go ahead.
assuming that this has been vetted with Matt, our IT director, since we're dealing with software, so.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
And this specific request and these renewal documents came from IT.
Thank you. Move to approve.
Motion made by Commissioner Wright to approve. Is there a second? I'll second it. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, that brings us to county administration. How are we fixed for time? No, I mean, we're good, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, as long as we don't start too.
We have in the past to just skip the calendars, but as long as we're good for time.
Yeah, you're
We're
good,
good.
you're good, sorry.
All right, I'll start out with Commissioners' calendars. Since the last meeting, we have had, I've had a meeting with AMC on our upcoming conference here actually next week, on some legislative items that are coming forward. I also had a MRF committee meeting on the 21st. We discussed our elevator project over at the MRF. I also attended the TNT rehearsal that we had here, and also did a little discussion on our elevator project. I had an HRA meeting on the 26th. The basic discussion there is we're doing really good as an HRA at filling our rooms or our facilities because of reasonable rent. And I mean, obviously, we're short. We figured sideways and backwards and on as far as trying to invest in some newer housing, and if we did, we're priced, we just can't afford to continue doing what we're supposed to doing. So, I mean, it's something we continue to look at, about getting some housing additional housing, because there is a need. But with that, we just look at it, and that brings us up to, I did the agenda review, and that brings us up to today.
Okay, after our last board meeting, had our workshop, then that evening, our extension committee met where we did the annual reviews of our horticulture specialist, livestock specialist, crop specialist, and also our regional director. And these positions have been, we have this tri-county relationship with both Wright and Meeker County. And we're very lucky here to be covered by the gifted individuals that fulfill these 4 roles and do a super job. Some of my meetings are quite similar to Commissioner Kruger's. We did have a MRF meeting, and then we had our Truth and Taxation Planning meeting to get our data and our organization in place for this evening. And then a very quick budget meeting talking about our next item here on our agenda. And that's it for me.
Thank you, Commissioner Wright, and I'll be brief as well. After our board meeting on the 18th of November, we held a workshop here at the Government Center, and then that afternoon I had a well-being committee meeting, and then on Thursday, November 20th, I had a UCAP Joint Powers Board meeting in Redwood Falls, and that brings me to today. Thank you.
Well, I missed the last board meeting, but before the 2 weeks before that, I was pretty busy. I had quite a bit of meetings between PACT and CHS that there's things that they're working on at CHS that is requiring a little bit more of my time. So there was actually 2 meetings in one day. But so Nathan also covered for me after the last meeting. I missed the last meeting as I had some personal time, and then with the holiday last week, I didn't have any meetings. But when I missed the last meeting, I was extremely disappointed because the GSL FFA group came in, and so Doug was at the presentation last week that they had at the high school. I can't remember if that was Tuesday or Wednesday, but they did about an hour-and-a-half presentation for the entire school, and then they actually did about an hour's worth or 45 minutes just for the community members that came and watched their presentation and stuff. And let me tell you that those kids are so upbeat. It's 135 members, so I was extremely impressed with them and very glad that I got to go and watch that. So that's all I've got.
Thank you, Commissioner, for bringing that up. I actually I forgot about it because we had the presentation, but I mean, the gym was full because they had the whole, the school was all there. I just hope the public realizes that they're first in the nation. This is really big for us. I'm just so, I don't have a vested interest in these kids, but other than they're in our community, and I'm just so proud of them. They're kind of what makes our job's worth it. I mean, to know that we've got some young kids coming up, and you're right, they're upbeat, and they had some news media there, and they've been getting little coverage on the local news, but I just hope our locals don't forget that. I mean, they're first in the nation out of how many chapters, Paul?
No.
It was 9,500.
Yep.
I was gonna
gonna
say
it's
10,000,
under 10.
but-
Yep.
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 But I mean, that's impressive.
Very impressive.
Steve, or Attorney's Office, do you have anything else?
No, Mr. Chair, thank you.
Sheila?
Thank you. Item A, review the McLeod County Environmental Services Elevator Project Update and consider approving the following contract bids for the project at a total cost of $332,260 with funds from the solid waste budget, which we also went over during our county board workshop before the meeting, if you were in attendance. Item A, Yamri Construction Incorporated from St. Joseph, Minnesota, $159,500. Item B, Aero Lift of Minneapolis, Minnesota, $129,990. Item C, Design Electric Incorporated of St. Cloud, Minnesota, $33,770. Construction management fees and general conditions with Contegrity Group is estimated at $87,240.20. Architect and engineer fees and reimbursables with Widseth is estimated at $37,052. Fire suppression and HVAC are estimated at $9,000, and the building permitting plan review is estimated at $7,500. A contingency amount of $58,041.18 is also built into the project for a total estimated cost of $522,093.38.
Wishes of the board? I have a couple things that I mean, this has been a struggle for me. Mainly because the amount of money, not because of the need of the elevator. And after some several meetings that we talked about and how it will work in the building and again, this elevator belonged to the Murph building, and the money basically comes out of abatement fees, so there's certain reasons we have to do things the way we do. But being it's not levy money, and I guess it's not gonna be, get any cheaper, I'm leaning to be in support of, I wanna listen to what the rest of the board's got to say, but I'm leaning towards the support of putting in the elevator. The rest of the board, you can chime in anytime.
When we have, before I begin, when we have these guys just kind of give a brief outline of the expectations of the project or what's of the plans, just to kind of give a little bit of a verbal explanation for those that would happen to be watching online, so.
Yeah, the plan moving forward upon approval tonight would be to send this off to the city of Hutchinson for a plan review and eventual building permit. If approved, we would start construction activities sometime in early 2026. There is a little bit of a lead time with the elevator equipment that's out there, so we would turn around and start the demolition process, get the shaft built, and then it would be a lull in the action until the elevator equipment showed up, which would be 5 to 6 months down the line. So that's going to put that elevator potentially online somewhere into June or July of this coming year.
I apologize, I've been working with this so much, and I really wasn't ready for everything that happened tonight, but so, as far as the people that are watching, we were basically talking, our Murph building in Hutchinson has environmental, it has Health and Human Services, WIC, and a few other things in there, and the upstairs, it has only 2 staircases, so this is handicapped accessible, however you want to phase it. That is basically what this plan is about. Where we go from here is we've got some things to iron out, but we'll be fine.
Yes, and it provides that elevator by the front entrance of the building, so it's very accommodative to the public coming into the building. And like I said, it provides a means for people that can't traverse the stairs on either end of the building to get upstairs, and it'll be a nice accommodation for those people visiting that building.
And as a county official, and you can chime in here as well, I mean, that's a good building. The structure of that building is a good building. I mean, we foresee a lot of good use out of that building, and I'm pretty guarded to the funds that we're using to pay for this because, it sounds like money, but if something ever goes sideways in the recycling garbage world, that isn't a lot of money. The commodity markets are not where they were, so that's why that was my. I really had to give it some hard thought. $500,000 is a lot of money to me, so I think, but I think it does add to the
Mr.
building.
Chair, I just wanted to note a couple of things that the commissioners have helped us work on and with Contegrity. The past plans that we tried to put into place took out different space and they eliminated restrooms. This plan completely avoids that. A restroom it was the only restroom on the second floor and the main one by the main entrance on the first floor. It would have at least been $100,000 to replace them, even move them over. Probably much, much more.
It's been a large investment in time, actually. We've met over there a number of times, and thank you to the county staff involved in that process, because Sheila mentioned that this provides, I think, by far the best traffic pattern, and at the same time, the most economical approach we could provide to get this elevator into that building. So hats off to everybody for the time invested in this thus far.
And for those who don't know, the other thing I wanted to mention is a MRF, is a materials recovery facility. Is that, what's the right words?
Material recycling facility. Yep.
Recycling.
Yeah, we get so good at our acronyms.
We get used to listening to it, but others don't, so just wanted to remind.
I always look at the MRF as a thing. But I also like to thank you for putting up with me. I'm not always it's nothing personal, but I'm pretty guarded of where our funds should really go, or whether we need them or not.
We've had a good relationship over the years, Commissioner, and you've always stood tall for your district, so appreciate that.
My input on this, I know that for many years we thought about how to perhaps make it so it's easier for people to get between the floors, and it wasn't until recently that we saw the number of what it's going to cost, and it is substantial. However, do we need it today? I think is a little bit of a variable question. I think the staff that we have there have done a fantastic job to take the facility as it is and make it work. But I start to look at 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. I think this idea is just going to continue to resurface until we finally get those 2 floors that we can put people up and down without having to use the stairs. And so in the end, I am in support of moving ahead. I think that in the long run, this is definitely the right thing to do for that building. We talk about being able to get members of the public that we serve up and down where we need them. We also could someday have employees that are not able to use the stairs and need to get up and down as well, and that's a limiting factor. So this will take care of that. And I truly feel that our relationship with Pete and Integrity Group is an important part of this as well. You made several building projects with us, and you've kept in mind that we are here to serve the public in an efficient way in your layout. And I feel that we have the right set of eyes to put this together. So I will, in the end, be in favor of the project.
Mr.
Go
Chair.
ahead.
Likewise, from me, I'll echo the same concerns that Commissioner Wright has brought forward. I look at it as utilizing a building that already exists, and I've toured the upstairs. I think that space can be utilized, maybe not immediately, but certainly in the future. So, noting that, I'll be supportive of the motion when we get it before us.
Any other discussion? Laura, do you have anything?
Not really. I mean, I've had some conversations with some people since I've gotten back after the last meeting, when this was on the agenda. I don't know if it was the workshop or the regular agenda, but in my mind, it seems like a good idea if we're utilizing more of the building than what we are, because I've been upstairs to talk with Sarah up there, and it's like she's in her own little boat. So if we can get that all to work, and as long as it's what everybody wants, like, I'm hoping it's not one group wants it and one group doesn't, or whatever. I mean, that's my only thing, as long as it's something that they all want to make work. It seems like a great space for it all, so.
Ready for a motion?
I'm ready for a
Okay.
motion.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the project at the $522,093.38 with funds coming out of the 391 account.
Motion made by Commissioner Wright to approve the elevator project. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Commissioner Smalls. Any more discussion? Just, we've all talked about the usefulness of the elevator to the building, but the handicap part of it, or the handicap accessibility is a big part of it too, and that factor will never change. So that's part of my decision too. Any more discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor of the elevator project, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You
Thank
guys
you.
might want to stay up there. The next item is item B, consider approving the estimate for the McLeod County Century Hall Acoustics Project from Contegrity Group at a cost not to exceed $175,000, and authorize administration to proceed with bid letting date for the project.
I'm not speechless, but I'm not right. Guys,
What, who's gonna go
bring
first?
it up. Yeah, you go ahead. I mean,
Sure.
it's, we are having some acoustic problems, and we've been open to them since we've got done, so.
I think, Mr. Chair, when we first went in to do design on Century Hall, we wanted a multi-purpose building that we could have a lot of different events in, and of course be a centerpiece for the McLeod County Fair as well. And I think we've met or exceeded expectations on nearly all levels except for one. It's very hard to hear in there. And that is the continual feedback that we hear, that it's a fantastic building, but there's such an echo with the hard surfaces in there. We were after easy to clean, easy to maintenance, but we also accidentally made it very noisy room to have. And so we then went into the idea of once again working with Contegrity to figure out what we can do with acoustics, and that's what this item is about. Pete did give some ideas at our workshop prior to the meeting about how we can maybe achieve that, but we do need to get that ball rolling. We talk about acoustics. There's a lot of opinions of what one person can say is enough background noise or more of it, but we do need to invest some dollars into making that building absolutely great. And it looks like it's going to be a little bit of an expensive investment, but it is needed in order to get that noise reduced. So maybe Pete, if you could just give just a really quick snapshot of some of the things that you'll be looking for when we go out for bids on this.
Excuse me, Pete, just for, again, we talk about it so much, I take it for granted everybody knows, but if anybody's watching, this is our new Century building at the fairgrounds. And, I mean, we did what we could with ARPA funds to make this work, and I hope we continue to do that, but this is what we're talking about for those that weren't sure. But I mean, the building's already been utilized, and is being booked probably as we speak. There's room, there's people wanting to get in to use it, and it's kind of unforeseen. Like Commissioner Wright said, try to make it so you could clean it, and that made it a little worse on the acoustics. So, go ahead. Thanks, Pete.
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. Yes, the building makeup is a post-frame building. With that being said, it's got a hard concrete floor and metal roof and walls. Therefore, the noise inside that Century Hall does reverberate. We've been working with Widseth for some acoustical ideas. They did some reverberation studies, and they're coming up with about 23 or 2,400 square feet of sound panel that needs to be added to adequately knock down the reverberation down to something that's more acceptable. With that being said, your approval tonight will at least advance the conversation as far as tightening up the design, for allowing us to go out and receive quotes to provide those acoustical panels along with some of the beam features and some of the acoustical wall elements as well, and then bring back a product and a budget for subsequent approval moving forward with that. Been a lot of time invested in that project. It's a very nice building, and I know since we have finished that building, it's received a lot of use and a lot of compliments for the times I've been there, and people from the public have been in it. So it's worth investing into the sound panel side of this, and that's kind of where we're sitting with it tonight.
Mr. Chair? So, I mean, I don't see any harm in, putting out bids for it just to see where we're at. Have we talked about where the money would be coming from?
Mr. Chair, I can comment if you'd like.
I would like you to.
Thank you. So when we allocated the American Rescue Plan Act funds, there was a significant amount allocated to the McLeod County Fairgrounds and Parks. This would come from that balance.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
And that's all with the caveat that we can't. I mean, I'm
Right.
sure we can, and she was good about that, but
Okay.
We had to allocate them by 12/31/2024, which was completed. We have until 12/31/2026 to expend.
Perfect.
Mr. Chair, I'll move to approve.
Motion made by Commissioner Wright to proceed with some quotes and ideas for the Century Building. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Cheska. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you
Thank you,
very
guys.
much for coming tonight to join us for the meeting
Yeah,
and
thanks.
give information, Pete and Joel.
That brings us to the end of the meeting, open forum.
No, it doesn't. Sorry, we have a
What
few
did
more
I-
items, just a couple of notifications.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Item C is notification of an electronic transfer of funds in the amount of $8 million from the Minnesota Association of Governments Investing for Counties account to the Core Trust Bank checking account on November 17, 2025 for the November tax settlement payments. Item D, notification of board workshop following the board meeting on Tuesday, December 16th, 2025 at the McLeod County Government Center here at 520 Chandler Avenue, North Glencoe, Minnesota. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Now we're at the end of the meeting, so open forum. Anybody want to address the board? Press relations, I don't see press. With that, I would look for a motion to recess till our next county board meeting at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, December 16th, 2025 at the McLeod County Government Center, 520 Chandler Avenue North, Glencoe, Minnesota.
Move recess, Mr. Chair.
Motion made by Commissioner Smalls. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Wright. All in favor of recessing, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We're recessed.